position was repeated several times over. It is now established that on November the 22nd, 2012, the Police Service Commission advised the national community, including members of the Senate, via a media release, that it had not made any such recommendation in relation to the cessation of contracts of the former Commissioner of Police, Dr. Dwayne Gibbs, and the former Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Jack EWATSKI, or in relation to payments that were made to them. I therefore submit that the statements made by the member for Warner'S West to this House about ex gratia payments made to Dr. Gibbs and Mr. EWATSKI on the recommendation of the Police Service Commission was wholly untrue and therefore misleading. Given the Minister's own intimate knowledge of the circumstances surrounding the cessation of these contracts in his capacity as Minister of National Security and a member of the Cabinet, and by his own admission to a supplemental question by Senator Al-Rawi, the Minister must have known, or ought to have known, that the information he was conveying to the Senate was inaccurate. Mr. President, in our parliamentary democracy, there exists a duty of care that ministers ought to exercise when accounting to the Senate. This is a significant constitutional duty. The misleading statements made by the Minister of National Security on this important issue must be considered an absolute violation of the free speech accorded to elected and non-elected members of Parliament and constitute a disdainful desecration of the privileges of the Senate. The Minister was also wantonly reckless in his responsibility to provide accurate information to the Senate and seriously misinformed the Senate in a material way, which has the tendency to bring the work of the Senate and the Senate as an institution into public odium and disrepute. This must be a contempt of the Senate. I therefore submit, Mr. President, that the member for Warner'S West and the Minister of National Security committed a contempt of the Senate on the following grounds. One, he knowingly and willfully misled the Senate. And two, he was reckless in accounting to the Senate, which has the tendency of bringing the Senate and the work of the Senate into disrepute. Mr. President, in the interest of clearing up the most serious matter of grievously misleading the Senate, and in the interest of restoring public trust and confidence in both the Senate and its members, I ask that the Minister be referred to the Privileges Committee. I thank you.